Shut your clanker ass up, B1.
I was about to say, what the hell did I do? Oh, this is Star Wars.
Something's wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man. Come here,
boy! Yo, I can't. That might be the greatest meme sound of all time, bro. I can't even lie to you. Might be the greatest meme sound of all time. No kizzy.
Nigga was the devil, man.
Hey.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series on the channel, The Forbidden Files. Now, let me quickly explain to y'all what this is. These are not trials. These are files and cases for characters that, quite honestly, don't even need a trial. This is the new tier called the Forbidden Tier, and it is strictly reserved for legends of the game. And we're starting this series off with a character that was so disgustingly broken,
look at him.
He had to get nerfed. And that is none other than 2003 General Grievous. This nigga Grievous in 03 was the devil in animated form. Niggas talk about 03 Grievous like niggas talk about Vaughn. Like, this dude was a Jedi killing machine that was non-force sensitive, by the way. Like, for real, dead ass, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'd go do it himself, on feet by himself. Like, for real, dead ass, bro. If he wanted you,
bro, he's on his feet.
Out of there, he'd go.
But what the? No. Sorry, CJ. I know I'm disturbing. Yo. Did he just pass that ish to his foot, or was that always there?
That was non-force sensitive, by the way. Like, for real, dead ass, bro.
What
if he wanted you out of
so
there,
one drop, slapped it, picked it up with the toes. Bro, he gripped that with his toes. He gripped that with the toes,
the
bro.
Nigga straight up had to go. And let me just give y'all a warning right now before we even start. If you have only seen Grievous from Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone Wars and have never seen this man in the 2D version, then woo, you're in for a ride. So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Case 1, sliming out multiple Jedi at once. Now, this right here was Grievous's first appearance in any type of Star Wars media. And man, I'll tell you, boy, this on record has to be one of the craziest character debuts of all time. So this is how this went down. While Anakin and Obi-Wan was finishing up a mission on this one planet, they get hailed from this one Jedi Master. And this man is fighting for his life and panicking. Bro was on the line like, General Kenobi, we need immediate evac. This new droid general, he's unstoppable.
Nah. He's aura farming though. He's definitely aura farming, chatting to man, panicking and that, bro, flipping, begging for his life and that, but while blocking that. Nah, he's aura farming a little bit still. Chat to them.
He's unstoppable. And the next thing that you see when they swap to that planet is this man falling over and dying, and Grievous stomping the communicator in the ground. The first time you ever catch a glimpse of this demon is him booming a Jedi Master. Not just a regular Jedi Knight, a whole ass master. That is fucking horrifying. Now let's continue. The other Jedi that are with the Master that just got boomed are being completely surrounded by an army of droids. So while they had them completely surrounded at this abandoned ship, Grievous makes them cease fire. And after he made all the droids stop shooting, this man got on the mic and said,
Attention, Jedi scum! You are surrounded by the glorious Separatist army! Now, I could have my character swift you right now, but where will be the fun in that? So I, General Grievous,
man sweating blood, chat to them.
Prepare yourself for your impending doom, Jedi.
So after Grievous,
nah, just for the voice acting, CJ's the goat, man. He's a goat for a reason.
Drops the mic and proclaims that he's gonna slime out the Jedi himself. They all start taking position and getting prepared for this nigga, because Grievous is walking towards them right now. And let me say this real quick. The Jedi in here are no pushovers, especially these three. Longhead ass Kiadi Mundi, who is a member of the Jedi Council, Shakti, who was a pain in the ass to fight in the Force Unleashed. And Ayla Secura, the alien shorty that took like 10,000 back shots from Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Like, these are known Jedi masters. And the fact that this man Grievous had this long head ass motherfucker sweating bullets is insane. So while Grievous was approaching them, all they could hear was his footsteps echoing around the wreckage. They couldn't tell where this dude was at all. So this is where the insanity begins. This poor Padawan that looks like Shaggy, and believe it or not, his name is actually Shaggy. Not gonna lie, when I first watched this, I was like, why does this dude look like Shaggy? And boy, oh,
yo, from flipping tech companies, bro, to flipping super, bro, everyone does it, man. Yeah, take a little bit from here, take a little bit from here, bro, make it your own. Come on now, man.
Not gonna lie, when I first watched this, I was like, why does this
Shout
dude
to them,
look
bro.
like Shaggy?
Originality
And boy,
does
oh
not
boy,
exist
come
anymore.
To find out, this actually is a Jedi version of Shaggy. Like, that is just hilarious to me, bro. But anyways, while Grievous's footsteps got louder and louder, Shaggy, being the same scary ass nigga in Star Wars as well,
sounding like a Titan
losing
bloke.
his composure. So he runs outside just to get squashed by this nigga Grievous.
You man forget about this some episodes ago.
Blue hat was so scared his fight or flight senses took over. So his body started moving on his own, and he runs up and smacks Shizuo across the head. So after he smacked bro upside the head,
and got absolutely rust, bro.
So whatever into this man's soul.
Got absolutely rust.
Bro flying out of his clothes.
Chat to them, man. I know you guys remember that one, fam. Wrong video.
Yeah, R.I.P. Shaggy. That is one of the most insane deaths I've ever seen. This nigga Grievous jumped from the top rope and squashed him. Knocked the sonic rings out that nigga. If you pay attention very closely, his entire body disappeared. That means the impact of that fall was so hard, his carcass was squished into the ground. His body was literally unrecoverable. So after Grievous squashed Shaggy, he starts towering over all the Jedi and laughing at their asses. Then shows them his 10-foot mechanical body and then just disappears. These niggas were shook because this just turned into a survival horde. Grievous really started playing Dead by Daylight with these niggas, just toying with them while he was ready to hunt them down one by one. So while they
No, Kizzy, when someone's big, it's like, okay, so that means that they're going to have some sort of negatives, and the negative effects I'm going to be able to take advantage of. Then when they start moving like they're flipping 4'10", then you're like, okay, yeah, now I'm cooked. Now I'm good. Before there was some hope. Now I'm cooked.
They were moving back with their backs against each other. You see this nigga appear out of the shadows like Batman hanging from the roof. Dude is literally looking over them, stalking his prey. So Grievous finally decided he was ready to get active. He drops from the roof and starts going to town on these niggas, fighting the whole 1v5 and enjoying every second of it. And dude, this
Moving
man
like
is a
Revenant
literal
in
cheat code.
Apex.
He can turn his body into a Beyblade. This is the most unfair shit I've ever seen. Like, yo, how the hell are you supposed to fight a 10-foot cyborg that can move his body like a Beyblade? Oh, and guess what? That's not all he can do, because this is about to get even more insane. He started breakdancing on their asses, fighting them with his feet. No.
Bro, how does he turn his head from bottom to top that quickly, bro? What the?
Asses, fighting them with his feet. No way in hell a 10-foot cyborg should be moving like this. No, twin, nuh-uh. I'll be for real, bro. If I saw this shit, I'd put the saber down, bro.
Bro, look at his legs. Bro, his legs are moving like arms, bro. His legs are moving like arms.
I'll be for real, bro. If I saw this shit, I'd put the saber down, bro. I wholeheartedly understand why George Lucas nerfed this nigga. So as the fight continued, long-head-ass Kiadi Mundi tried to force push, bro, but Grievous dodged it and landed on the side of the roof. So this is when Grievous decided to start singling them out. He jumps back in and hits the ground so hard he made a smoke screen. So this wildebeest looking nigga decided to go in and try to fight him one-on-one, but Grievous pulls off a crazy move. He blocks his attack, and when old boy tried to swing at him again, he dropped his saber, cut him across the middle with his green one, then just slapped this nigga with his other one. bro boomed that musty-ass wildebeest immediately when he was 1v1 with him. So after the wildebeest Yeti hybrid got boomed, Shock T decides to throw a bunch of scrap at him. But Grievous ends up cutting through all of it. Then this one Jedi tries to pull up on him.
Oh, bro, there's no one in the history of film, series, anime, anything that has run to someone like this and actually succeeded, bro. You always know they're instantaneously getting boomed. Without a doubt. Like, what we doing?
But Grievous ends up cutting
never
through
works.
all of it. Then this one Jedi tries to pull up on him. I'ma refer to him as Yeet because the nigga got a turban on his head. Grievous grabs his elongated head with his grippers and slams bro's head into the ground, breaking his neck on impact. Bro didn't stand a chance. He didn't even get to swing the saber. His last seconds of life was him getting his face gripped by this man's foot, then eating dirt right after that. But old boy wasn't the only person to get his face gripped, because after Grievous boomed him, Ayla came in trying to swing, but Grievous gripped her face mid-air. Ayla came in trying to swing.
Bro, you can never tell me. You can never know where. I think that's his head there, bro. His head be moving. Bro, just look how quickly from top to bottom the guy gets like it's nothing. And
Grievous.
How the hell is his head here now, bro? Nah. This guy's not normal.
Gripped her face mid-air, then swapped both of their bodies. Gripped her face mid-air, then swapped both of their bodies across the map with his feet. That has got to be one of the most insane ways to slime a nigga. Sending them flying with your feet is OD. So the last two Jedi remaining were Longhead Kiadi and Shock T. So Grievous ended up zoning them both out of their range. Then he drop kicks Kiadi's ass across the stage, taking him out of the fight. And this just left Grievous one-on-one with Shock T. And he was pushing her shit. She was panicking, barely holding on and blocking his strikes. So he ended up knocking the saber out of her hands. Then he comes in to swing on her, but Shock T barely blocks this with the force and gets sent flying into a pillar, and she is out of commission. So the last man standing was Kiadi Mundi with his elongated, dingling head. So Grievous grabs Shock T's saber and picked it up with his foot. And he was staring at this nigga Kiadi, laughing at his ass like,
You fool! With your elongated head, I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
So after Grievous finished taunting this man, he ends up pushing Kiadi and knocking the saber out of his hands immediately.
Surely not,
Grievous
right?
ends up going in for the kill. But at the last
look at his stance.
millisecond, Kiadi ends up getting bailed out by the clones. And the clones looked at that boy Grievous and said, Troopers, blast that half-breed clanker. So they start shooting at Grievous, and Grievous hits the dash, while the clones are blasting every single piece of ammo that they have at this man. So while they continue trying to shoot down, Grievous decides to drop in and starts to murder all of the clones in front of him. So after Grievous ended up mowing down the whole front line, a whole gunship ends up pulling up right in front of his face. And this is when Grievous finally decided to make a strategic retreat. So Grievous ends up hitting the dash again. That man is out of there. I know his 40-yard dash speed is fast as hell. And Kiadi and the clones end up retreating. So yeah. I know his 40-yard dash speed is fast as hell. And Kiadi...
Always tough as hell when the fight's over, bro. Your whole squad got boomed. Where was that energy when everyone was getting picked off in front to flipping obliterant? You get me? Like, go home, bro. Go home. Idiot you, fam.
And the clones
ain't doing shit with that fist, fam. You know, ain't doing shit with that.
End up retreating. So yeah, that right there was General Grievous's first ever appearance. So let's review this card.
Bro, hopefully you guys can't. For some reason, randomly, there's just been fireworks just going off just randomly around my neighborhood. Like, why go on, bro? You guys want to like relax, fam? Like, when's Halloween?
That he caused. He crushed Shaggy into oblivion, put Wildebeest nigga up on a shirt, gripped Yeet with
It's on the 31st of October, man. Calm the flip down.
his feet and broke his neck and threw their asses across the ship with his feet and damn near killing Shock T along with Kiadi Mundi. Oh, and I forgot old boy at the beginning that got boomed on the communicator along with his entire battalion. So yeah, this man packed up 4 Jedi, put Ayla and Shock T on a stretcher and had Kiadi's ass rethinking life. This is one of the nastiest debuts a character has ever had to date. So yeah, and guess what? That was only case 1. We still got another case left. And boy, let me tell you, it gets even crazier. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to case 2, the siege on Coruscant. Now, what you're about to see are the events that basically open up episode 3. Even though this series is now considered Legends continuity, this is still kind of what basically happened. So how this
Man said the legendary
went down.
credits.
This evil-ass conniving nigga Palpatine sent this man Grievous to invade Coruscant and capture him. So the
That's gotta be
Separatists
human
end
being,
up
right?
pulling up to Coruscant
In there,
and
like,
a massive battle
that's
just
flesh.
ensues. Now, before we get to Grievous, we gotta take a detour real quick, because this is one of the hardest moments in Star Wars history. This nigga Captain Fordo was popping off this battle. Nigga turned into the Doomslayer. Just look at this shit. Him and his squad are being overran, but he didn't care. Bro, boomed the battle droid in front, turned around, smacked this nigga, dumped the clip in his ass, then he throws his gun at this droid, blows his head off, then picked up his blaster in his left hand and started
Moving
mowing
like
these
Rambo.
niggas down. Like, nah, bro. You know this man was top of the leaderboard in every single Battlefront lobby. Bro just dropped off 20 droids in the span of 20 seconds. So while the battle continued and Captain Fordo was running up the scoreboard, we see this nigga Palpatine watching the battle and sipping tea, not giving a care in the world. This man doesn't care at all what is happening right now. He's just looking at all this shit like, good. I orchestrated all this shit. I don't give a damn what's happening, nigga. So while Palpatine was enjoying his tea, Shock T, a bunch of troopers and 2 Jedi end up pulling up with her. And they're trying to get this man Palpatine to safety. But Palpatine was just stalling and acting like, oh, Master Shock T, greetings. Would you like to enjoy some tea with me?
Man. Why is his head shaped like that, bruv? Whose head is shaped like this? But what the? Why is it so angular and then got the speed bump? Yo, I can't lie to you, bro. You flipping animators out there just be having a field day. Like, watch this, man. Like, look at that, bro. You know, like how women be stuffing the money in there and that, bro. He could just take a £5 note, slot it in there, close the flap back, man. That thing is not moving, bro.
And she like, no, old ass nigga, I'm
moving.
trying to get your ass to safety. But while they continued to stay in this room, they started hearing footsteps around the room. And when they started to stay in this room,
sorry. Do you know a reverse tick? You know the night tick and that, bro? Turn it upside down and that, bro? That's his
started
head,
hearing
bro. No
footsteps
kizzy.
around
Reverse
the room.
night
And
tick.
when they started getting louder, Shock T knew
GG,
immediately
GG.
who this was.
Get down, Mr. President!
Hi, how are you?
So he breaks in the window, letting himself right in the room. And look at this mechanical, lanky-ass nigga ore farming. Bro really had to hit a whole JoJo's pose before he started dropping niggas off. So this nigga Grievous looking at Palpatine like,
Greetings, Master. I've come to pick you up.
Shut the fuck up. You mechanical Nimrod. They're not supposed to know that shit till the 3rd movie.
I'm sorry, Lucius.
Now capture me and make it look believable. So Grievous tries to grab him, but Shock T pulls him away. And they end up taking Palpatine, and Grievous is surrounded by about 20 clones. But bro didn't care that he was surrounded at all. Dude was actually ecstatic, because now he could let loose and kill some niggas. So the clones start firing and Grievous jumps up and immediately starts mowing every clone in that room down. Look at what he does to this one dude. He grabs him and plants him on the wall, then just slices him down the middle. And I'm not gonna lie, this next guy got done dirty even worse. Grievous slices bro's gun in half. Then he grabs him by the leg with his own leg, then throws him out the window. Nah, bro, that is one of the worst ways to ever go out.
Man said
Bro
scorpion
grabbed
kick.
his leg with his
Not
own
scorpion
leg,
kick, sorry.
then
What's the
sent
thing
him
called?
flying, and he's gonna fall for like 100 floors before he goes splat.
And then they show Sub-Zero.
Man, rip that guy, bro. So as he continued to murder everybody in this room and make this clone look up to the sky to see God, we get to one of the
Actually, no, I am right. He is scorpion kick. I'm thinking because I thought scorpion kick was a bicycle. Bicycle kick is over, but in football, scorpion kick is where you get me. You put the leg at a 90-degree angle and hit the ball like behind.
nastiest kills of all time.
That's why they call it
Grievous
scorpion kick.
grabs this one clone by his face with his grippers, then slams his skull into the wall. Oh dear God, that might be worse than the guy that fell 100 floors. If you look to the right, you can see the horror on this one clone's face. You don't even see his face, but you can tell just by the look. If I saw one of my homies get slimed like that, I'ma be real, I wouldn't know what to do. At this point, just put the gun down and accept your fate or just run. Those are your only options. Look what happens to this royal guard. Bro grabs him with his grippers, starts using him as a body shield, then slams his body on the ground. These clones are having some of the most horrific deaths I've ever seen, because this is just getting ridiculous. So Grievous just continued to murder everyone in that room. Those clones stood zero chance against this man. They were literally used as meat shields so Shock T and them could get away. So while they was waiting
Why
by
they
the
holding each
elevator,
other like that?
all they could hear were just them could get away. So while they was waiting,
Is that a slug with legs and arms, bro? What the hell?
by the elevator, all they could hear were just the screams of everybody getting murdered in there. Look at this one Jedi. He is spamming the button trying to get the elevator to come up, because dude is horrified of what he's hearing in there. So when the screams stopped, they knew the head start that they got was over. Grievous busts through the door on all fours, running at them like a rabid dog while dodging multiple force pushes. So Shock
I was
T
about
ends up
to say,
finally
that
hitting
can't
him,
be
buying
him.
them some time to get in the elevator, but that didn't put Grievous down at all. So later on, after they escape, they're all taking this high-speed elevator down to the ground.
Okay.
So they thought they were safe. They thought they had time to breathe, but that lasted for a whopping 10 seconds. They look to the right, and this nigga Grievous is running down the building. Oh my God! He is running down a building, keeping up with a high-speed elevator. Like, no, bro, no, man. This has got to be another reason why George Lucas nerfed this, man, because this is ridiculous. So this one clone said, nah, twin, fuck this shit. He just decides to shoot a rocket launcher at him. And I'm not gonna lie, was that warranted? Yes! I mean, they gotta try something to stop this man. So when they finally reach the ground floor, they are surrounded by a bunch of super battle droids. And Grievous just drops from the building right in front of them. So Mr. Manslug nigga decides to use a force howl, but Grievous was prepared this time. He uses those damn grippers, digs in the ground, and starts moving through the house. They was trying every trick in the book and couldn't stop this man at all. So they just decided to run. There was no point in fighting him. So while they was on the run, Grievous's Magna Guards end up killing the final two clones. So the only ones that were left standing protecting Palpatine was Shock T and the other two Jedi. So they were having to run for their lives through the city while Grievous and his Magna Guards were chasing them. And this whole chase was just insane. They went from fighting on a ship to Grievous just destroying it, making it crash in the middle of the city, then to...
I understand like putting something in the propellers, bro, but what the hell did
Grievous
do? Well, that doesn't even look like an important part of the ship. Broski touched it and it just blew up, bro.
it, making it...
Okay, that's probably the lamest shit I've seen throughout this whole show. I was actually gassed, but yeah. Okay, but you can kind of tell actually that where they're positioned or whatever, they actually play an important role. But the way that was lame as hell. You hear me? Allow me. Everything else has been fired
Crash
up.
in the middle of the city, then they ended up fighting in a subway station. And I'm not gonna lie, this next scene had to be one of the most terrifying scenes of all time. When they thought they were safe behind this train, this man Grievous pops up right behind them. Jump scare of doom. So he starts walking them down and pushing them back, then kicks both of the two Jedi to the side. So he ends up walking up to Shock T and telling her,
Salutations, Jedi scum! You may have escaped from me before, but today you will be slammed!
But Shock T ends up pulling off a 10,000 IQ big brain play. She used the Force to wrap this man's cape around the train. So when the train was ready to go, Grievous just gets yoinked. And this finally brought them some time to escape from this man. So about a good 20 minutes passed, and they think that they finally shaken Grievous. Shock T ended up splitting up from him, and the other two Jedi ended up taking Palpatine to his bunker so he could be safe. So when they got in there and locked all the doors, they thought that they were in the clear, but they were soon about to realize not even getting yoinked by a high-speed train would stop this nigga. Grievous was waiting for them in that room.
And you gotta realize as well, this is flipping Star Wars, bro. These men can flipping manipulate the flipping force. So a high-speed train to them is moving ridiculously fast.
They thought that they were in the clear, but they were soon about to realize
that man still
not
survived
even
it.
Getting yoinked by a high-speed train would stop this nigga. Grievous was waiting for them in that room the entire time. So he drops down and starts fighting the other two Jedi. And while he was doing that, Look at this evil, conniving motherfucker going back like, good, Grievous, good. Slime those niggas, Grievous. Put them on a shit. So while Grievous continued to fight them, they end up getting stuck in a lightsaber clash. And this is when Grievous finally revealed his trump card. The thing that he's most famous for. He pulls out the other two arms and starts using all four of them holes. And when he was using all four of his arms, they stood no chance. Grievous cuts holes. And when he was using all four of his arms, they
Bro, look at the twinkle in his eye, bro. He knew he was done, man. He knew he was done. Or him, or they, or her. But I actually don't know what I'm looking at. But, bro, it knew that it was all.
Stood no chance. Grievous cuts both of them down in a heartbeat. And it was game over for both them. So Grievous finds Palpatine and he looking at him like,
Aha! I've done it, Lord Sidious. Are you impressed?
about fucking time, you half-breed clank. Now get me on the ship and let's fucking go. Okay, on a real note, Grievous actually never knew that Palpatine was Sidious. That is still hilarious to how oblivious he was to him. But anyways, Shaak Ti finally ends up making it to the room, but she's too late. She sees the other two Jedi dead, and Grievous holding up Palpatine, and Palpatine looking at her like, oh, hello, Shaak Ti dear. I'm having a little trouble here. Can you please help me? So Shaak Ti runs at Grievous, but he hits her saber to the side and just chokes her. So he takes her saber, adds it to his collection, then decides to give Shaak Ti some actual shock. He just electrocutes the hell out of her and just ties her up and leaves her there. So Grievous ends up taking Palpatine to his ship. But before he was about to leave, my goat, Mace motherfucking Windu nigga, came down and looked at Grievous like, you a fake demon twin, and crushes this man's sternum. Look how he had this man Grievous leaning back. Lord have mercy. And this is the incident in this continuity that gave him that iconic cough. So after the ship takes off and Grievous escapes, Revenge of the Sith starts. But yeah, that's basically the end of Case 2. So let's look at our final Carnage report for Case 2. This man launched a full invasion on Coruscant, broke into the Chancellor's room and slimed like 20 clones in the most brutal way fashion, then decided to chase the Jedi throughout the whole city, then kill 2 of them and knock out Shaak Ti for a second time. This is some of the most wicked work of all time. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the end of our first ever Forbidden File. I hope everybody can clearly see and understand why this demon got nerfed. Because if he was moving like this in Revenge of the Sith and 3D Clone Wars, then dear God, the Republic would have been cooked. So yeah, 2003 General Grievous, that nigga had to go, just straight up. So with that being said, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know if y'all want any more Forbidden Files because I have a whole list of these. And also make sure to follow the other socials because that is where I'll tell y'all what all the future videos will be. And until next time.
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Shout out to my lads, the channel. That one was funny, man. And I'll catch you in the next one. It's your boy and Jazz. And I'm Gian.